What is up, team? It's your boy Sledge from the SledgeIncTeam team, back with another video. And today we are episode 1 of Find Out, behind the scene with credit card content creators. And today we have 3 creators here answering these 3 questions. Question 1, what are the plans for your channel in 2024? Question 2, besides yourself, who is your favorite credit card or finance content creator and why? And question number 3, for the viewers looking to build credit, what are some of the best practices that you recommend when using credit cards? Now, these are some creators that you may or may not know. So your boy is going to leave the links to their channels down in the comment section and the description of this video so that we can all subscribe to them. But you know, over here at SledgeInc, we get straight to business, so let's get to it.
Sledge, appreciate the invite to be part of this video. I'll get to your questions in a minute, but before we get into all that, for those who I haven't met, hi, I'm Lonnie, and on my channel, Call Me Lonnie, I talk about travel strategy and travel hacking via credit card rewards. Come by, say hi, and hit subscribe. Okay, now the reason why we're all here, the creator questions. Let's talk about it. For your first question, what are my plans for my travel channel in 2024? Good question. There are 2 main things I want to accomplish or achieve. Continuing to find and better myself and the brand of my channel as a content creator, and connect with as many people as possible to help them uncover and achieve their travel goals. I want more people to get on planes and get stamps in their passports. I have personal friends that have gone from I can't do that to a year later saying, guess where I just came from? Question 2, besides myself, who is my favorite credit card / content creator and why? Sorry, Sledge, this is not a one-person answer as there are so many talented and informative creators out there. So instead, I'll list some new credit / finance creators in this space, which I enjoy. There's Darius Jamal, Matt Clausen, R Squared Travel, Fat Stacks Academy, Birch Finance, Fernando's Frugal Points and Miles, and Bo Spins Travels. These are all new-ish creators in the space, and they provide a new take to their information, which I personally like. Go check them out, tell them Lonnie sent you. And last question, for viewers looking to build credit, what are some of the best practices you recommend when using credit cards? Take your time and have a purpose in mind. By this I mean, know what you want to achieve and create a workable plan to get you there. Rome was not built in a day, but it only took 9 days to completely burn down. So take your time to avoid costly mistakes. Appreciate it, Sledge, and catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
Hola, Sledge. Joe Barreto with you from the Credit Card Connection Studios in Hackensack, New Jersey. Sledge, I want to thank you for putting this together, my brother, and looking forward to seeing what comes out with all the other creators that are going to participate. So here we go. My plans for 2024 is really to grow the channel. It's to get more people involved I learn from a lot of you guys. I watch you guys religiously, and I want to be able to give back to the community and those of us, you know, I'm Puerto Rican, look, we say those of us of color that weren't really raised around the credit card usage and game or finance per se. So this is what I plan on doing and growing the channel. Continue to do things in English and Spanish. Continue to just reach out and help people that may not understand how the processes work. So my goal is to do that, as well as get to 5,000 subscribers. I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm going to hit it hard. I've been hitting it hard lately. So that's the plan that I have going forward. It seems that I have a niche so far in going to banks and asking people, you know, for the people that work at the banks for real advice and for real information, not just something I look up on the computer. So let's see if that continues for the rest of 2024. The other question was, besides myself, who is my favorite credit card and finance content creator? That's a tough one. I'm going to be honest with you. And I know it's going to sound like I'm trying to get an easy way out of here. But honestly, the way I go about who I see and how long I view them and how much I get myself involved, it's what that person particular brings. For instance, you, Sledge, you're just raw. You call it as it is. You show people what you got, and you only review the cards that you really use and have. which is exactly what I do. So that's why I defer to you on that. I love seeing your content because I know you're using it. You're just not Googling stuff and finding out what's the best multiplier, right? You have another person like Chad who just is brutally honest and raw and is just straight up with the people. Then you have someone like Anthony Venture, that goes out of his way to look for people to interview, to give them the spotlight, to bring people up, to help them. He's been incredibly helpful, So Anthony's one that with his content, he keeps it fresh, he keeps it live, he keeps it funny. Cesar Joel, my Boricua brother in PR, was one of the first when I got involved to just extend his hand and offer help. And we came out in each other's videos. And, he's another one that has really the Spanish market on lock. And I love that about him. Obviously Uncle Luke, who like you just likes to tell it like it is. And honestly, if I had to pick one that just keeps it real, but in a low key type of way, and it's just a cool dude, is Stan the Credit Fraud. I love Stan. I love how he approaches his channel, and he's just genuine as well. Then you have a lot of people that I'm gonna call up and comers, even though I just started myself. But like, call me Lonnie, Mike from One Way Travels, Matt Clausen, John. There's a lot of us out there, and I'm grateful for them putting in the effort that they do and doing what they do for all of us. So I know it's like an easy way out I took, but it's the honest to God truth. I do watch many people, and I do appreciate the work that they put into this. RJ Financial's another one. So now, for viewers looking to build credit, what are some of the best practices you recommend when using credit cards? Well, that's a tough one because I see it in different ways, especially in my community here. I have a lot of close friends and former students that are building credit, but for different reasons. My former students are building credit because they're new, they're young, they're trying to figure life out and see how they can propel themselves forward. I actually met with two of my former students last Friday in Harlem, and we were talking about credit. One of them had an Apple card, the other one had a Freedom Unlimited card. And the cool thing was they both applied by themselves. They weren't anybody else's authorized users. So we were talking about that, what the next steps are. They're traveling to Australia to do, travel for school. And they wanted to see how they can use their credit cards wisely and whether they can use them abroad. So that's one way. I have also friends that are new citizens to the country, and they're trying to build their credit and figure out how to go either getting a secured card or getting a low limit credit card and so on. So I think people that are trying to build or correct their credit, what I always tell them is don't go in and over your head. Don't do what we do here where I have right now, I think it's 20 cards. That's not normal. Let's just call it what it is. That's not normal, right? Sledge, I think you're pushing close to 35 or more. And the reason I say that is because we do this also because we're going to try to use all these cards and show people how to use them properly, how to apply for them properly, how to not get in over your head, right? But there are times when we are in over our heads. I was in over my head, at the end of last year because I tried to meet all the spend requirements on all these cards. And, it was really cool when I got to meet all the spend, but then I got slammed in the head in January when I had to pay those bills, right? So we can talk and we can preach and we can tell them exactly how they should do things, but real life is real life. And the reality is sometimes we ourselves get caught up that we lose sight of how to do it the right way. So I'm always trying to put myself in check and making sure that, what I'm going to tell you is what I've done. And if I've made mistakes, I'm going to tell you straight up I made a mistake. So, and if you're trying to do the credit, to improve your credit or finances, you got to be honest with yourself first and foremost. Also, like you love to preach, don't just believe what we say, do your homework. That's on you. We could say what might work for us, but you have to check to see if your situation, allows for that. So those are things like that I would tell people. Look at other creators, take in that information, do the research yourself as well, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask. And also, if something doesn't go well, don't be afraid to fail because you learn from those failures and you improve on them the next time. So that's what I would tell people. And I'm going to be honest with you. I took this on at the end of 2022, just getting into learning about points and miles. And then I started going on YouTube at the end of last February and 2023. So literally it's been a year and I've grown immensely. I've learned from all of you out there doing this. I try to get better with every video and with every product I put out there. I'm trying to expand. I made it a business, which I never thought I would after 35 years of doing education, which this is still education if you look at it, right? So, that's just Joe. That's me. I really appreciate all the support and the love that people show me and the lives when they're on, and just getting to over 3,000 subscribers in about 11 months was huge. So, this is a community, a credit card community, honestly, that is amazing. Everybody has been so helpful, so kind, and so supportive. So Sledge, my brother, thank you. I appreciate you. I can't wait to meet you. And I salute you, my brother. Take care. Until next time.
What's going on, SledgeInc people? Looks like we have another creator mashup that Sledge is putting together, so I thank you for having me on. But since I am a little bit of a fan of multitasking, I figured why not answer these questions and let the car drive us to a random destination. So hopefully some entertainment, but maybe just a pinch of danger, right? Alright, so let's do it. So the first question that Sledge asked was, that's a great start. So the first question that Sledge asked was, what are the channel goals for 2024? So we have 8 more months left in the year, and that is a long time to achieve said goals, right? And one thing that I've really realized just kind of over the last few months, to be honest, is that I've never been really exceptional at anything in life. Really not at all. Not above anybody, never just inherently better at anything. But one thing that I was pretty good at was getting obsessed with something and then going full all in. I could never really outskill somebody, but I could absolutely outwork them or just outvolume them in any particular way. So it's the one thing that I kind of realized recently was that, well, why am I not trying to do that with the YouTube channel itself? So the goal really is to push as much high quality information, high quality videos out, hopefully to the masses as much as possible. And that looks like, maybe 3 shorts a day, 3 videos a week, a podcast every single week, just really trying to put as much of my energy as possible into this thing because, well, as Brian Alsruh would say on YouTube, I'm too blessed not to, right? Like, why not work as hard as you possibly can to hit whatever your particular goal is at that given time in your life? There's a quote that I heard many years ago, and I really agree with it, and it basically said, success is daily progression towards a worthy ideal. And I feel like, at least at my juncture in life, this YouTube channel, as silly as it may sound, is the worthy ideal that I want to chase at this given time. So what are the goals? 1,000 shorts, 100 videos, and 50 podcasts. That's it. If we can make that happen, I'm happy. So hopefully, I feel like if I just put the work in, you're sure to at least end up better than where you are starting, right? So that's the first question. Second question is, you asked, who is my favorite credit card or just finance creator in general on YouTube at this given time? So it's tough to say. If I'm actually talking about like real high level value in the credit card world, I'm always going to plug the BS podcast. I think they have the absolute highest knowledge on the luxury game of travel and other countries, international travel, the highest level of luxury hotels and airlines, just a crazy amount of knowledge. So I look to them as motivation for what I would like to do in the future. I guess specifically in the finance space is what Sledge asked, is I would probably say meet Kevin. I know a lot of people might think that that's very controversial and whatnot because some of the stuff he's pushed in the past, but I'm not necessarily talking about the things he talks about, but it's the things that he does. And he, as I just mentioned in my goal, he puts out volume. Say what you want about Kevin, but I mean, I don't know anybody else that put out 5,000 videos on the YouTube channel in a finance niche, and they weren't all shorts, right? So it's definitely really admirable, and it's something that I look to and admire about him, that he can really push as much volume as he possibly can, give his entire being. I really admire that. So I would say he's my favorite finance creator, and for that reason. You could tell a lot of this is more philosophical than anything. you know. And then for the third question, you mentioned for any new people to, this game and trying to build up their credit for the first time, just like I was not too long ago. Maybe about 5 years ago, I had a 540, 530 credit score when I first started. And within a year or so, I was already building up enough of a score to get Amex credit cards, which is a very common story for a lot of people who have listened to the likes of Graham Steph and whatnot over the years on how to increase your credit score. So general advice on just building up your credit score, man, it literally, if you have no debt, no obligations, no nothing at 18 years old, just sign up for a Capital One secured credit card, or any credit card really, a Discover secured credit card, which Wells Fargo secured, any of these secured credit cards. Sign up for that, put down a deposit of, maybe they ask you for $49, they give you a $200 credit line, and then use that to buy basically everything you would normally spend in a given week, right? If you're buying packs of gum every month, who really cares? That's your one spend every single month. But just make sure you're using it. Make sure you're paying it off in full. And I guarantee you, if you're not messing up, you're getting all your payments on time, you're doing all the right things, your score will be much higher in a year from now. You're starting at maybe, what are we doing now? We're in a drive-through. How did we get here? I have no idea. So if you're starting like I was at around the 550 credit score and whatnot, you could realistically see a 700 in just, a year's worth of time of just paying on time and doing all the right things. So that's my advice. That's my point. We made it to our fake destination here because I don't want anybody, knowing where I'm from, but I'm just kidding. So once again, thank you so much, Sledge, for allowing me to be on your channel once again. I hope this was funny, and maybe you were waiting for me to crash or something, but just thank you so much, Sledge. I appreciate you. I appreciate that you're in this community, and you're somebody I call a good friend, and I wish you all the success in the world. And just keep pumping. Just keep pumping stuff out. Just hit the volume. Hit it as hard as possible. Okay, now I gotta let it park. Oh, I gotta do that part. Now let's go to the next guy. I don't know who's after me, but probably somebody more interesting, right? Let's go over to them. Watch this be like the outro, and then we're just fading to black now. Oh no, here we go. Subscribe to Sledge.
I would like to thank Anthony, Joe, and Lonnie for participating in this episode of Find Out. But this is just episode 3. You never know who might collaborate on a future episode. Your boy might even jump on one. But again, make sure you subscribe to every creator that took their time to contribute. And if you want your favorite creators to be in this series, get in their comment section and tell them to get with Sledge so we can make that happen. Because this channel cannot grow without your support, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Well, if you like this content or was just entertained, hit that thumbs up, share this video, but most importantly, drop a salute emoji in the comment section. And remember, change is inevitable, but growth is optional. It's your boy Sledge. Salute. Subscribe to the channel. Join the membership.